Alright, I am here to show you the power of RAW, how amazing it is using almost any RAW processor, much less CS2. CS2 is just easy for me, it's all integrated. Lightroom is amazing, I'm learning it as we speak, and you'll be seeing some of these new videos such as this from us with how we process using Lightroom. But anyway, I want to show you this image and what basically looks like nothing and how you can make it into something. This is in the lobby of the Biltmore down in Coral Gables again, and I'm basically just going to do some color correcting. It's obviously way too yellow, so I'm going to make it way too warm, make it a little colder, make it a lot colder actually, and that looks good. The tint, I think I need to probably change it just a little bit more. Exposure, got to come way up. But look at that. Look at the color now. Look at what we didn't have before. That's already a pretty good image now. I mean, it was so nasty before. Now you're getting some of the true color of what we saw that day, which is shot so underexposed that it almost looked like it was a throwaway image. So I'm going to leave the shadows as is, but I am going to brighten it up quite a bit more. And the contrast is pretty good. You get too contrasty, it's starting to blow out the light. So I'm going to do about right there. Lens, I want a nice strong vignette. Alright, now watch this. Watch the blue here when you raise up the blue saturation. People always ask how I get our amazing blues. Look at there. Look at the difference. Now, don't worry about her. We're going to fix her in a second. Let's open it up in Photoshop. And for all practical purposes, this is really a nice image now. I mean, from what we came from. But what I'd like to do is do a color balance layer mask. Let's take out some of the red. Now looking at her. Let's give her some yellow. Just kind of plain. Again, your color corrected monitor might not be as good as mine. Click OK. But I just want it on her. Raise the opacity up some. So this is taking out some of the red. Real light, real hard to tell. Now I'm going to run it through a noise filter. Show you what we're doing here. Raise it up a little. Again, I'm not really particular about the controls. And last but not least, if you'd like to, you add the Triclose Glow. Notice the whole glow, it really affects the whites. Now lower the opacity. And then I would come back and erase it off of her. Oop, wrong layer. Let's get on the right layer there. And maybe even off the flowers because it's blowing out some of the highlights. In fact, I'm going to raise up the opacity and get after these flowers. There you go. Start to finish, very easy, very quick, very simplistic. Now, if I wanted to, I would probably come back. You got this light that's sticking out right here that kind of bothers me. I would probably clone that out using the clone brush, this one right here, and just have this arch, because I think that kind of bothers you. It's just part of it. And I'm not real sure what this little part, this little black part right here is, but I would probably clone that out too if I wanted to get real picky with this image. Besides that, I like it. If you wanted to do even more blue, you could come down here to the blue sea, and you can apply a blue sea to it, and that's going to add just a little bit more to it. It's hard to tell, but it adds just a little bit more. Let me back it up. And there you go. That's with it, that's without it, that's with it, that's without it. If you like it, great. If not, just get rid of it. Run it and see. In this case, I like it better without it. I like the stars being able to pop. Now, one thing that you can, if you like the stars to pop, let's do this. You can come back. You could do again a color balance. Just looking at the stars, pop that yellow all the way up. Reverse it. Now come back with a small brush and just hit each one of these. Depends on how particular you want to get. I mean, this is actually a lot more time than I've spent on just about all the images. But this would really make the yellows pop drastically. And I'm going to do this whole little square here, and then we'll take off this section and show you what we've done just by this one real quick sample. And again, this is where my Wacom tablet would really come in handy. But I'm using a mouse for all this. And a few more. Let's do these 3 or 4 more. And we'll have it. Now, see the difference. Without, with, without, with. Little things like this go a long way with the images. If you're pushing the color, let's push it. If you don't like it, all you gotta do is get rid of the layer. It's no big deal. Take it off. Flatten it as a JPEG. It's not even there. Save it as a PSD. You have the file. Alright, so I hope that helps. Again, I'm going to actually leave it on. It actually looks pretty good. And we'll go on to the next one.